Hi, it's Friday the 19th of January 2026, and welcome to this week's My Thoughts vlog. As usual, it's unscripted, and these are all just my own thoughts. Firstly, just a quick notice to say, if you'd like me to answer any questions, be that about the campaign, about nuclear test vets, about being a descendant, or just being me, or my life in general, then just drop me a quick note in the comments, and I will answer you in the next week's vlog. Hello, vlog. Yes, hello. So this week, I'd just like to talk about a couple of things. It's been a bit of a sad week for um, losing veterans, and I have noticed this when I've been scrolling through Facebook that I'm seeing more and more notices about veterans that are passing and are sadly no longer with us, and it just really gets to me that this is happening and they're not seeing the justice that they deserve and that they've been fighting for, and some of them have been fighting far longer than me, decades and decades. And they should be the ones that see the justice and see the admittance of responsibility and get the apology. And it's just wrong, isn't it? I mean, time's not on their side, and there's been a bleak reminder of that this week, hasn't it? So when it comes to things like organising the meeting with the Prime Minister and getting the records review report out, what's taking the time? They've had so long, and they're aware that time is not on our side. We remind them of that every time we meet them, and they say, yes, of course, we realise this, blah, blah, blah. But nothing ever seems to speed up. And I just don't think they realise the impact that it has when we lose people. Because, there's not many left. And we need to get this sorted before we lose many more. They are the people that need to see this. They really are. The veterans and their families, all of us, really. I mean, we're even losing descendants. Descendants are getting to that age. I mean, I'm 52, and there are older descendants than me. So I think they need to be quicker. They really do. They really do. Because time isn't on their side. And that makes me sad. It really does. Second thing is I've seen a thing online and heard it that is a bit troubling about the watering down of Hillsborough Law. It seems that we've always said there should be no carve out for the intelligence services, and it seems that actually there may well be one, and that is just awful. I mean, we know that MI5 misled the court on 3 separate occasions in the Manchester Arena bombing inquiry, and we know that there are steps they say they could have taken to prevent what happened, and it took them 6 years to admit that. So the one thing that MI5's behaviour has proved is that the intelligence services absolutely need to be included. And it seems that despite Keir Starmer saying that Hillsborough Law would not be watered down, there's been some stuff shoved in the schedules at the back of the bill, which essentially are a carve out for the intelligence services. One, individual officers will not have to be candid in inquiries and courts, i.e., they don't have to tell the truth. Two, the intelligence services and people like MI5 will not be listed as public authorities, which we all know they are. They serve the public. And three, their heads of and their seniors should not be held accountable. So basically, Hillsborough Law is designed to prevent the behaviour that we saw from MI5, the Manchester Arena bombing inquiry, and they've basically got a carve out that says we don't need to abide by Hillsborough Law. It doesn't apply to us. That's wrong. That needs sorting. It really, really does. Because the law was designed exactly for this reason, and they've got to get out of jail free. It's wrong. Why would we accept that from MI5? Why should they be allowed to do that? Why should they be allowed to just lie and mislead when it's it's the lives of innocent members of the public that have been affected? You know, it shouldn't happen. It really shouldn't. So it's definitely one to keep an eye on that, and it's definitely one that I should be thinking about quite a lot, and hopefully, um, if enough of us make a noise, we can get that sorted out. But yeah, it needs sorting. No carve outs. Everyone, every public authority or institution that has a responsibility to the public should be covered by Hillsborough Law. Absolutely. So yeah, I think really that's all for today. Enough to think about, really, I suppose. I hope everyone is safe and well because we've had that crazy storm. Hasn't reached or touched us in real. Not a drop of snow, nothing, no high winds. So we're very fortunate, but I feel for those that have been affected. So I hope everyone's safe and well. And thank you for watching. Don't forget, got any questions, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Thanks again. See ya.